Yeah, the pull here is really good. Plenty of torque down below, very easy to drive. Hi there everyone. Today we are driving a 2005 Volvo XC70 on our channel. Here's the key. I actually have the same exact car, 2005, same color, same interior, everything was identical, even the wheels. The only difference is mine had way more miles. I've always had a huge passion for these Volvo wagons, the older ones. The 5-cylinder engines, the crayon smell of the cabins. Truly a magnificent experience when you get in these cars. They feel like nothing else out there. And this rugged, boxy Swedish design has always intrigued me ever since I was a kid. Like, I used to see these driving around, I thought, wow, what a cool car this is. Of course, everything is soft to touch. Beautiful back seat with the cargo net, or whatever they call it, the cabin net. So hopping in here, I'm 6'2", not too much space, but it feels snuggly. You sit really high. You can just feel how well made these doors are. Over the years, everything has kept up its shape beautifully. No rips, nothing. And this crayon smell, oh, just that, does that smell take me back to many years ago. 12-volt battery, vents in the back. But since it is really cold and we want to make sure the car is warm, let's fire up this XC70. There we go. We even have a lighted cup holders. Let's turn on the lights. Yeah, look at her. What a beautiful car. Some of them also came with HID headlights as well, surprisingly. Alrighty, let's check out the trunk. And this is a very large trunk. You can fit anything here. We have a spare. This also opens. Plenty of space to do anything. You can put literally a flat screen TV, chairs, suitcases, whatever you want. There we go. Here are the tires. Everything looks great. Let's check out the interior. Again, super high quality. All the factory stickers are here. The cabin looks to be in excellent shape. It's definitely in better shape than I think mine was on the inside. We also have our front heated seats. But the smell, like I said, it's just something that no other cars ever have anymore. This crayon Volvo Saab smell. Lighted visor. Look at that, all the lights here work. This is an 05. Boom. Okay, let's do a washer test, horn test, and let's get going. So I'm gonna share some of my impressions here in the beginning of the test drive, and then we're just gonna do some quiet driving because there's not that much to tell compared to, like, you know, the more modern cars where you talk about the features and all these gadgets. Here it's very simple, very old school, and it's incredible. And the cool part about this car too is that you can put in a whole tank of gas and it will last you about 450 miles with ease. The XC70 that I had, the story with it, found it at an auction in Philadelphia, bought it for 800 bucks, and the day I went to come pick it up, I was standing in line, and there's this Russian-speaking guy next to me, and I asked him, I said, what are you buying today? And he said, I'm not buying, I'm selling. And he said, well, what did you buy? And I said, I bought an XC70 and I'm gonna drive it back all the way to Maryland. And he looked at me and said, brother, you're not making it back home. I said, why is that? He's like, you're not. Bring it into my shop, which is half a mile down the road. I'll take a look at it, get you an oil change, and you'll be good to go on your way. So I said, sure. Here comes the car. It was out of coolant, the transmission was kicking, it was pretty much dead. So somehow I made it to a service, and he said, your underbody is gone, your coolant hose is off, there's no coolant in the car, the engine is leaking out of oil, your axle is gone, everything in that car was just in trouble. And he said, well, let me fix it up for you for cheap. I'll get the junkyard parts and you'll be good to go. So he calls up some folks, gets all these parts, and for about like 800 bucks, he got me all back and running. He took care of the underbody cover, he fixed the axle, he took care of the cooling. I think there are a couple more things the car needed, but he took care of all of that. And you know, I'll actually attach his information down below in the description. So if you're ever in the Philly area and you need a good mechanic who's going to take care of you, you should definitely reach out to David, so he'll take care of you. But now let's talk about this car. It's ultra comfortable for its class. It rides like a yacht, it sails, it's smooth. You don't hear much of the road noise, it's very hushed in here. You have excellent visibility all around the vehicle. A fairly responsive and torquey 5-cylinder. When I drove my Volvo, it had some issues. The transmission was almost gone. The engine was eating a lot of oil. And despite that, it still got up to quick speeds without a problem. 70, 80, 90. I never encountered any power issues in that car. And I think this one actually may be healthier than the one that I had. Well, obviously it's got almost 70,000 less miles. The cabin here is simplistic, easy to use. Everything is straightforward. And I like the quality of all the materials. Everything here is top-notch, solid, well-made, kept up beautifully. So in this specific unit, the transmission works nicely, it shifts smoothly. The engine feels very good so far. And with my XC70, I took that car, despite all its issues, on quite many trips. Took her to upstate PA, through the mountain roads, and there were a lot of times when I thought it wasn't gonna make it, but it never let me down. The only real issue that it had was when it was very hot outside and you drive it stop and go, the transmission would overheat and it would start to kick really bad and just lag, and it didn't want to work. Like, it was really, really bad. The AC had a leak, so I had to roll my windows down and had to bear with the heat. But again, for about a total of $2,500 or $3,000 that I've put all into it, including the purchase price, I think that was a pretty good deal. Yeah, the pull here is really good. Plenty of torque down below, very easy to drive. Excellent seating position as well. I like how it's a little bit taller than a conventional sedan and smaller than an SUV, so you're kind of getting best of both worlds. You're slightly above traffic, but you're not too high up. The gauges are easy to read. And what's more surprising is this car feels more nimble into turns than the Genesis 5.0 that I drove. This car actually handles better in my opinion, which is surprising. this 5-cylinder is in great shape, I feel like. Works much better than mine did. No vibrations, nothing. Mine also had some starter issues, but this one is really good. Sometimes the left blinker doesn't work, so you gotta like kind of hold it down like this and then it works. This is Virginia for you. Not a lot of people want to get out of the left lane, so you're pretty much stuck behind somebody who's driving like that. That's a nice ride. Whew. This is a quick wagon, let me tell you that. It moves really, really well. Really easy to drive this XC70, and this one drives much nicer than mine did in every respect, from the handling to the brakes to the power to the transmission. Now, one thing that I've noticed between both mine and this one is that I don't really like going over 80 on this. It just doesn't feel as stable, I guess. And I've noticed that with mine too. Just 80 is where its comfortable limit is. Once you start going past that speed, it kind of becomes questionable. Now, as far as the performance testing, I'm not too worried about the time here. I'm not gonna brake boost it or anything. We're just gonna do a simple 0 to 60 test and see what we can do on the time. That should suffice. Nope. And you're going to see the 0 to 60 clip up next. 3, 2, 1. 8.3 seconds, wow. Really healthy car, wow. Did you see that? It even roasted its tires. That's crazy. 0 to 60 in 8.3 seconds. That's actually impressive. 0 to 62 in 8.75. 1/8 mile in 10.53. It's 70.96 valid. And the 40 to 80 in 8 seconds. I mean, to me that is really, really impressive. I gotta say, I mean, for me, this is more than enough power for any of my needs. You press and go, gets up to 80 without even trying. And because this is a turbo, you get all that torque down below, so you don't even have to push the pedal hard. Excellent, excellent engine. Now, because of our 0 to 60, we did get some wheel spin, so I'm guessing it's not running in all-wheel drive like it's supposed to. So, because mine did not wheel spin, but mine was like 2-3 seconds slower, so. This is a healthy engine. it's definitely running in front-wheel drive mode right now. I can just feel by the torque steer. But it definitely gets going. It for sure gets going. It's a quick little car. We also got our fog lights too. Well, this summarizes our test drive for today. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you thought about this XC70. And till next time.